At first, I wasn't gonna watch the debate, but I ended up watching it. I'm glad I did too, because I was glued to the screen.
Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression, the worst public health epidemic in a century, the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess.
Kamala kicked ass. She laid out the facts, she looked like she belonged on that stage, she sounded presidential, and she was an adult. The convict felon, well, he was the convict felon. This was the moment when I saw her rise in this debate.
Donald Trump was fired by 81 million people. So let's be clear about that. And clearly he is having a very difficult time processing that. I have traveled the world as Vice President of the United States, and world leaders are laughing at Donald Trump.
The felon doesn't like it when people are laughing at him.
Because you did, in fact, lose that election. It leads one to believe that perhaps we do not have in the candidate to my right the temperament or the ability to not be confused about fact.
Bam! Yes, he is. And his plan to end the Russian invasion is to give up Ukraine to Putin.
Putin would be sitting in Kyiv with his eyes on the rest of Europe, starting with Poland. And why don't you tell the 800,000 Polish Americans right here in Pennsylvania how quickly you would give up for the sake of favor and what you think is a friendship with what is known to be a dictator who would eat you for lunch.
She kept eye contact with him all the time, and he sat there like a frog. And she sounded like an intelligent mom telling her toddler that he's being an asshole.
Look out for our friends and not favor our enemies because you adore strongmen instead of caring about democracy.
That's true. The felon toddler Trump would sell our democracy while stroking his mushroom tip because Putin stroked his ego. Harris continued to call out the felon with facts about Afghanistan.
And get this. And the president at the time invited the Taliban to Camp David, a place of storied significance for us as Americans. And this former president...
You mean this piece of dog shit? But the icing on the cake was when the felon was asked about his health care plan.
So tonight, 9 years after you first started running, do you have a plan, and can you tell us what it is?
Obamacare was lousy health care.
So he didn't answer and went on a 90-second tirade about Obamacare until the moderator asked again.
As good as it can be run.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan?
I have concepts of a plan. I'm not president right now. But if we come up with...
Here's the thing. The look on Kamala's face says it all. It's a look of pity. It's a look of, I can't believe I'm running against this fool who is tied with me. That sums up the entire debate. And that says a lot about her character, because if I were her, I would throw up my hands in the air and say, if so many people like this guy and we're tied, this country is doomed.